Hello everybody, thank you very much today for joining me for another Twilight Zone video in my Twilight Zone ranking series where I rank every episode from the original Twilight Zone from my least favorite to my favorite. Today I'm going to be talking about number 133 on the list, Static, written by Charles Beaumont and directed by Buzz Kulik. This is a Season 2 videotaped episode, and as always there will be spoilers. And I have to say, I'm still going through that group of episodes that just kind of average for me, which is where Static fits in. So this one's about a man named Ed, an elderly gentleman, and he's not too happy. He seems like he kind of lives in the past a lot, doesn't really like what's on TV, just wants to listen to his old radio. Things take kind of a turn for Ed when he starts hearing old programs from the past, but when he brings others into the room, no one else can hear them. So we're wondering, is this guy really hearing these, or is it all in his head, or what's going on? So the concept is interesting enough. The execution of it is okay, I guess. So Dean Jagger is the lead actor in this episode, and he was always a solid actor, and he does a good job of playing kind of a crabby person who still makes me care what happens to him a little bit. He felt fairly realistic to me, so I thought the character was fine, if a little bit maybe annoying at times. So as the plot unfolds, we learn why Ed's the way he is. It turns out that he has regret for not making more of a connection with a lady named Vinny who lives in the same boarding house as him. He kind of has some regrets about the way things went. And, the episode kind of progresses slowly from there. And the ending is pretty decent as Ed gets to go back in time and, tell Vinny how he really feels about her. And he basically gets a second chance in the Twilight Zone. It's kind of sweet. It's a little sappy, but it's not overdone, I don't think. So it's a solid ending, but it's an ending we've seen a lot on the Twilight Zone. But it's done okay, but this isn't a perfect episode. It is kind of slowly paced. It's very deliberate, and there are some scenes that just feel kind of like filler or padding. Like there's one scene where another gentleman that lives in the boarding house, he sells Ed's radio thinking it's going to help him, and it doesn't. Ed just goes and buys it back, and it doesn't really change his character at all. And the scene kind of goes on for a while, and it just kind of seems like it's filling time. Also, this is a videotaped episode, and that doesn't really help the episode much either. I would prefer it not to be videotaped. So, this episode's just not too exciting, but it is watchable with good acting and a decent ending. It's not the best episode in the Twilight Zone of someone struggling to let go of the past, but it's decent. It's acceptable enough. So that's pretty much my thoughts on Static. It's not the best episode we've ever seen, in my opinion, on the subject matter of someone struggling to let go of the past. But it's decent, it's acceptable, and, that's kind of why it ranks at number 133. As always, feel free to leave me a comment on what you think of the episode Static, and thank you very much for watching.